Hi, Jessica here from Pet Intel. This is my dog Poe. Poe is very sensitive about having his nails touched. After an incident that he had where there was an injury, now it's at the point where his nails are really long and he will not allow me to groom them. And basically, when you're in these situations, you can choose a couple of paths. Number one, you can end up using management, meaning that your vet will give your dog a sedative, or you may have to restrain your dog in some way. He's a very strong dog. Restraining him is not possible. In fact, it actually reverts the situation, so then he's actually less trusting. So he sees that I have the clippers here, and I brought the brush out just because a lot of people have this problem actually with grooming as well. So I've got both of these things out here. So there's two ways to do this. One way, well, there's more than two ways, but one way that we can, I'm going to show you two of them. One way that we can do this is you can start to reward the dog when he comes close and interacts with the object or with you when the object is around. So I'm going to actually encourage him, Popo. Come on over here. Come on over here. Good boy. I'm going to reward him with a treat. So I'm going to allow him, so he's moving away, and I've got him on a leash so that he can't actually run away. But what I want to do is to reward him when he actually comes close to me, because he's avoiding the situation knowing that there is this object here. So especially any of these tools that you're going to use, if they make specific sounds, you're going to want to do some counter conditioning around those. So I could close this and throw the food at the same time, and he will eat the food while he hears the sound of this. So this is called counter conditioning, and this is one of those methods as well. So I'm going to use this opportunity to demonstrate that. So I'm making the sound that it's very faint to us, but it's quite loud to him. So as he hears this, he's getting food. So we're using this in baby steps. So making the sound and we're pairing it with the food. Counter conditioning is all about pairing. So when the food is done, which it is now, I'm going to stop making the sound. So the other thing you can do, so that was the sound. Now we can talk about proximity. He's already in this mode where he's trying to leave. Come a little closer, please. Thank you. So I'm going to put a slight amount of pressure on this, and he's rearing up because he doesn't want to come close. I'm going to put these down, and when he actually makes a movement or gesture towards me, I'm going to reward him for that. I'll use a timing marker just because some people do use timing markers, so I'll let you see how that's used. So I'm just giving a little bit of pressure, if you can see, on the side of the neck, and when he's not even looking at me, but when he actually makes a movement towards me, I'm going to reward him. So it requires an element of patience here. He's looking at me from the corner of his eye. Yes. Yes. So I'm rewarding him actually when he looks at me and looks towards the object, which is a hard thing for him to do. Good job. Still the pressure's on the side of the neck here. So I need him to take that pressure off. Yes, good job. So he's coming closer. So then we're actually, so I've shown you a little bit about the distraction of the sounds, and I've shown you about proximity. So now I'm going to actually talk about touching. So we're breaking this apart, and I'm going to take the clippers out of the equation, and we're just going to work on touching his feet because he does not like his feet touched. So I'm going to touch, and that's it. If he moves away, you go back into proximity. So again, pressure's back on the side of the neck. Popo. Good. There we go. So now we're going to pair. So I'm going to put my hand out. Oh, he touched it, so I'm going to reward him for that. So we would be pairing the proximity of, thank you, good job. Now he's offering me to touch with his paw. I'm going to touch his paw. If he startles like he did there and went away, I'm going to actually go back into proximity mode. And here's what most people get is this fighting. And we want him to now relinquish the proximity again. You can see the stress building. So what he's telling me is that this is probably close to enough for one day for him. But I want him to end on a good note. So I'm going to allow him to recover from this. Come on over here, Bo. Good. Nice deep breath there. So I'm trying to encourage him to come back from this because he's just been spooked. Popo. He's really just disassociating from me. So I'm going to make sure that the pressure is coming to the side of his neck. And it's just a little bit. Good job. Just a little bit of pressure, and I'm actually going to go into some touch that I know he actually enjoys. And make sure we're ending on a good note here. Good. Thank you. Good boy. Okay, that's it.